What is going on, YouTubers? This is me again, Johnny from. I haven't been making movies for the channel much or videos for the channel. This is my first day in a while of being back in Guatemala. I'm at my usual favorite kind of low-end, cheap kind of place. It's Casa Argentina. Everyone knows this is the backpacker joint. It's super duper cheap. There's actually a window behind there. I never knew this. Anyhow, I just arrived today. I want to make a short video on the frustrations of travel in these COVID times. This might have a few F-bombs in it, so just warning there. But it's really difficult to travel now with coronavirus. Well, it can be. In my case, everything worked out. I just got up a little late, so getting started late. I think I got the last chicken bus, and I don't recommend you take the chicken bus. I really don't recommend it. I only do it when I absolutely have to, and that's pretty rare. But in previous videos, I said all the shuttles from San Cristobal were shut. Well, that's not true. There's two of them that run. Well, at least there's one company that runs twice a week. And I'd have to wait another day to use it, and it'd be 1,100 compared to 350 pesos, which price-wise, that's not really a big deal, but having to wait 2 or 3 days when you don't really want to, that's kind of a pain in the neck. Anyways, I started the journey from San Cristobal de las Casas in Mexico, and in previous videos I mentioned there's a pharmacy right on the corner of Guadalupe and Real. You go in there, you pay for your COVID test. It's an antigen test. That's what I did. Then you take your paper or your receipt upstairs. It's 350 pesos. Well, it's 341 pesos, more or less 350. You take it upstairs. There's a nice young lady up there. She shoves this thing right up your nose, and it's not pleasant at all. I didn't like it. Anyways, I was really worried that all this nonsense with the paperwork wouldn't go through. Well, I was worried for nothing. So I get up. I take 2 of the local combis. They were 60 pesos each, which is 120. So you go from San Cristobal to Comitan, and then in Comitan, you go from Comitan to the border, which is pretty straightforward, pretty easy, no big deal. It's a nice quick trip. The roads are really fantastic. But the problem is once you get into Guatemala, no matter what kind of transportation you have, it's slow going. Anyhow, I got up to the window or the border, and there's a kind of a booth, not an actual booth, but a little desk sitting outside that's kind of encased in plastic, like these curtains, except for it's clear plastic, and there's a hole in it. You can give your paper, except for it doesn't go all the way around the desk, so it's kind of funny. I'm not sure what purpose it really serves, but anyways, and it's outside too, so the wind's blowing outside, and not sure why they have the plastic up, but you give it to the lady, and she's really grumpy. I was going to call her a witch. This witch is really grumpy. Anyways, she was scrutinizing the paperwork, looked at it like 3 times. It looked to me like she didn't want to accept it, but she did, and she took all my details. Basically, what she's going to ask you is for your ID, your passport. She's going to ask you where you're coming from, how long you were there, like in Mexico City. Like, don't say you came from Mexico City. Say you came from San Cristobal, because COVID's blowing up right now there. So, well, do what you want, but they ask you where you've been. You're supposed to honestly and truthfully, answer those questions. I just said I was in San Cristobal. And they ask you where you're going, including like which city, which zone, and which city you're going to, so they can track you, I guess. I don't know how the hell they're going to track you. They didn't ask for a phone number or nothing, but that's basically it. Just, where I'm coming from, how long I was there. And then she scrutinized the paper. She saw that it was an antigen test. I think. My Spanish is pretty bad. I'm not sure what she said. But anyways, I got that done. So then after that, you go into the immigration, and I did all that. The funny thing is, there's absolutely no one. There's hardly anyone at the border. There's hardly any gringos at the border. The thing I thought was funny is in my combi, the second one anyways, there's a whole bunch of Guatemalans. I don't know how many of them were crossing the border legally, but only one really cross with me and went through immigration. Everyone else just walked across the border. So you can still do that if that's your gig or what you like to do. Or I ain't telling people what to do legally or not. I'm just saying that's what people do. Anyhow, I got signed in. I gave them my passport and all my other stuff. And I hope I'm good to go. I hope everything's cool. But with the lack of shuttles, the gringo shuttles, having to take the camionetas or the chicken buses, you have to take 2 of them to get here. You take one to Weiwei and then you take one to Shailahu. And that's a motherfucking pain in the ass. The first one was crowded as heck. The second one was half crowded. I think it was the last one. And they didn't drop you off at Shayla proper. They dropped you off to the outside of town, so I had to pay a taxi to come in. That was pretty expensive, but at that point I don't really care. It's dark. 6:30, it's already dark. And I was happy I got in. I was happy there's a taxi waiting for me. And I was happy the traffic wasn't too bad. But the thing is, by 7 o'clock, I'm walking outside. There's quite a few businesses. They're either closed. This is my first night here, so I don't know if they're closed, or if they're just closed because of COVID. They're closing early, like in Mexico. But some of them look to be chained up, like they haven't been open in a while. I was talking to the owner of this place, Casa Argentina. She said Quetzal Trekkers, which is it's a place if you want to go trekking in the mountains. They do stuff like that. I don't know how much it is, but they're day trips. Some are day trips, some are like overnight trips. And usually they're booming and they're doing a lot of business and trade. She said they've been closed since March. She said I was the only guest in the hotel. Can you believe that? I'm the only person here. Anyways, when I got in, I don't know if the power's out or if they just shut off the lights or what, but the power apparently seems to be out. Some of the big brand name businesses that I was expecting to be open are not. McDonald's, there's a big coffee chain, E-Cafe, that's a big coffee chain here. They're open. McDonald's, and there's Mount Blanc or Mount something, not Mount Blanc. One of these other kind of yuppie chain restaurants, they're open. But some of the other kind of big name chains I noticed are closed. I don't know if they're permanently closed or they just close early. But I'm going to check it out tomorrow, see what's going on. But it seems like things are closing really early at night. You got better make sure you get your stuff before everyone closes. Like if you got to make your own food or whatever, or go out to eat. I got some tacos at the taco stand. That's another funny thing. Tacos used to be 3 for $10. Now they're 3 for $12. So now an order of tacos is $12Q, which still is dirt cheap. I'm not complaining. They were really fantastic too. They're kind of generously proportioned. I don't know why he did that, but I got big tacos this time for some reason, and that was nice. I got 2 orders of them, so I'm full. Having some Budweiser. I got the big cans too because I'm feeling kind of grumpy myself being on that chicken bus. And again, I don't recommend it. Johnny Mueller don't recommend it, and there's a reason why no one recommends it. It's a pain in the neck. Only do it if you absolutely have to. And I try to bend over backwards to avoid it, but the Gringo shuttles are not running, or at least they're not running when I want to use them. The Pullman buses, I get up too late. They're already done, so you can't use them, or you can wait till 12 o'clock midnight, which I ain't going to stick around at the border at 12 o'clock. So I just got the chicken buses, but other than that, it was pretty uneventful. There just does not appear to be a lot of tourists in Guatemala, at least where I'm at right now in Shayla. And I just wanted to make a video on how it went traveling across the border with Corona and having to get the antigen test and how that all worked out. Anyways, I'm going to post this on 2 of my channels. I'm probably going to post on 2 of them. I don't know when this will get up because where I'm at right now doesn't have Wi-Fi. But anyways, like, share, leave a comment. Thanks.